So I'm getting closer and closer. There's starting to be a little bit of problems. Going to be starting off. This is the biggest live stream in the world, actually. But yeah, that's why the problems are starting because I got that energy problem, even though a lot of my close friends don't believe me. Speaking of close friends, some of you that declare being my close friends, like on my brother's stream, I went back. It's so sad when I get an email from someone telling me, are you seeing what people are like that are supporting you are actually saying right behind your back, but to your face, actually? And there seems to be a problem with this person talking to me about StreamYard. And I'm really getting fed up about it because I passed off for a liar yesterday. And people are asking me now, do you pay or do you not pay for StreamYard? Yes, I pay for StreamYard. Because if you don't pay for StreamYard, you can't stream as much as you want. Julie will find that out. We'll find that out when she streams more than for an hour. That's the thing. Another thing is that she says the button is up on top of StreamYard to share out all the time for free anyone's channel. But she doesn't want to believe me that I'm glitched. I've talked for years to everyone about me having problems online, having problems with energy and stuff, but it's just not believed. Same reason the StreamYard, very glitched platform, by the way, is zooming me up this close so that we can see inside of my mouth and all my crooked teeth, you know? So I went back into the feed yesterday and I saw somebody, the minute I would say that you have to pay to get certain features, there would be a sarcastic reply. And trust me, it was sarcastic. That person says, oh, it's free for everyone, laughing at my face like I was a fucking asshole, like I was a fucking liar. Also, we're past the 30 seconds of the stream, so I can say fuck twice. There, I just did. And another thing, it's too bad I have to talk about this, of course, but when the trolls start attacking, I always give a heads up and a mention. Notice that the trolls that are attacking are contributors. Notice the trolls that are attacking are members. They pretend to be nice people, right? Until they get offended. And since this is the first time I'm going to speak up about that problematic person, maybe they're going to fucking understand to mind their business and at the same time, not ever to deny that I'm telling truth when I'm talking about what I pay for StreamYard. Do you know how many hours that you have for StreamYard, Julie, to be able to stream? No, it's not more than 20 hours because you'd have to pay. And then when you want to do other features and you want to get an image that's not blurry, you have to pay to get 1080p. Did you know that? Do you know that $40 a month gives me 720p? I'd have to pay another extra lot of money to be able to get 1080p. I pay that monthly thanks to the help that all of you give me. So it's perfect. It's a perfect situation. But be careful what people are saying or what you're hearing people saying about StreamYard. Don't believe what everyone is saying, okay? Because so far, Julie, has a couple of times that you were wrong. So she was telling people, you know, fun features. Look at all the features. I told you could do that. Something that's not reaching her head there. There's a problem, Julie. If you're not understanding what the hell I'm trying to say, there are no buttons to share other people's channels if they don't accept it. Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic doesn't accept that people share his channels, or for whatever the reason, that I cannot share channels. The button is the size of a country on top, which appeared because I was on Jason's channel. Bruce's channel doesn't have that functionality. Like I can't take off, but now it's actually YouTube that changed that stupid guideline that we can't hide our subs. I can't hide who I'm subscribed to, but there's a function there to do so. But I'm glitched because my channel is hacked. So every time I go to do something, I get hackers, I get glitches, and I get a lot of shit on the channel. So for those and that person that emailed me and asked me basically politely if I was a liar, this is why I'm talking about this now. Okay. I'm not a liar, and I do have to pay for StreamYard. You can ask my brother. He'll probably tell you the same thing. And hopefully he's as honest as me. He's a Schwartz, right? Not all people are honest in life. And it's not about being honest. It's about people not giving a shit about what the situation is. Like when somebody doesn't take the time to go see a video of somebody, won't name her, Cindy Lou Who, thrashing my favorite mods and me like we were pieces of shit. Like, and don't forget, Bruce was a pedophile after that, right? All these things started coming out, but I have to endure it and come on and smile, and that's how it is. So as for what Julie said on my brother's channel against me when she knew I couldn't see the fucking feed, which really insulted me. Sorry, it did. I'm honest. You're honest, apparently, because you've been telling me for the past couple of weeks. How can I put this? Like you were like bitching me and procrastinating me and a lot of sarcasm, pushing me to get a managing mod when I already have a managing mod on my channel. Just didn't brag about it. Who do you think it is? No, it's not Darla. But everyone thinks Darla's the queen mod. And Darla doesn't like that attention. I'm pretty sure everyone's saying the queen mod. Check out her channel. Leave Darla alone and let her be a mod here. She doesn't like visitors from all countries and all over the place to go tell her off. She's here to support my channel. She's been here since day one. So as for people that think I have StreamYard problems, Julie is wrong. She misspoke. She made a mistake about what the hell is going on here on the channel with glitches, because I'm getting really upset about the people that I trusted coming to thrash me. Well, I don't give a fuck about what happened with Cindy Lou Who and Bruce because it's not my problem. I have my own trolls. Well, it's all about caring, right? So those of you who don't care too much about people, or whether it be because you got a few subs and now you are the YouTube queen or something. I don't know what it is with your friend that you brought over to Craps, who was supposed to come and explain to me, a researcher who has been on YouTube for 8 years, live streaming almost daily. It was a little insulting. Okay. But I'm telling you, I have problems on my computer and it has nothing to do with my competence. A lot of things I don't know, but StreamYard is not one of them. I used to use OBS. That one is very, very complicated. So now back to my stream. Sorry, everyone, for having to have addressed another problem that was not a problem, that somebody's trying to make an issue of a problem. So stop it. If you don't like me, leave. There's no forcing anyone for being here. We're going to be disclosing. We're talking about a serious situation where it's changing all of our lives. There's people that are being killed on this planet. There's, hiding in secret associations that are running the whole shit show. I'm here to share that and share some of the truth at it. And that's third or fourth time that I let people, tell me, Bruce is a dickhead. We'll tell him how to stream instead of asking me what the problem is, Ladies and gentlemen, how are we? Let's go to the comment section now. 129. Are we 129? Nope. 68 watching, but 129 comments. Chris, thank you very much. Get Nina the Mystic. I use Melon Stream. Never heard of it. Thank you very much. I love StreamYard. It goes very well. If I go on Melon Stream, there'll be glitches there too because it's my, my connection. Big problem. But notice, people, that the ones attacking these channels in secrecy, hypocritically, are like in front of my face when people are here. Yesterday, thank you, Kai. Somebody, decided to maybe take off Nubs. I didn't know, but he was attacking the stream. I mean, no worries. I love trolls, and you can leave them up if you want to. But if you guys that are mods see that there's a troll here attacking or swearing, they tell me I'm fake, warn them, whatever. Like, how it is. But when Nubs and stuff like that starts attacking, he's a Christian basher. Patrick Doucette from Huntingdon, Quebec, is about to have his whole pedigree posted online. Bruce doesn't have to get mad. Bruce can do it with a smile because Bruce knows what the fuck he's doing. I don't have to prove to others what I'm doing, right? Packy, Samo, Taki, thank you very much for being here. We are transitioning into being a higher being. And now I'm going to say, wait a minute, what the hell are you talking about that, Bruce? Well, I hate this Zoom here. It's actually pretty exceptional what's going on. And of course, for the past years, I've been talking about the transitioning to free energy. A lot of you are saying, oh, now it's lagging. Well, bring on the channels, fake asses. Bring them on. We can end the stream and I'll start it up again, because when the stream's cut off here, don't worry, Bruce streams even longer. That's how it is. But a couple of lagging situations the past few days. And for those of you that are mad that I'm sharing out Jason John Schwartz's channel, I'll keep on sharing it. And I'll probably even keep on sharing this channel and live stream here once in a while. That's what family's all about. Sounds like it's time to dethrone the Illuminati. Well, it sounds like you're pretty much on the money. I think that's probably exactly what's going on. And what I'm not sure about is I'm expecting a war, massive war. And someone will say, well, Bruce, there's a war in Ukraine. There's pretty much already a war here. Yep, there absolutely is. I have a microphone problem, but I'll get the microphone problem up. That's fixed. All the dimensions have changed on the camera too, so I had to change the table area. Those are all things that happen to me all the time, but what do you want a guy to do? Happy Friday, Beth Noyce. Thank you very much. Stephen Greer was talking about it too. We've been talking about for a long time, trying to expose what's going on the inside. So they're using quantum communications, but the problem with quantum communications is it's faster than the speed of light. Look up how much light will travel in 1 year. It's still far away from the stars that we're going to try to get to. So if you were traveling as fast as a lightning bolt, you're still going to die before you get to certain areas that you want to get to, which is always very interesting. Mods, please check the trolls. Don't be shy. If someone is causing any problems, you block them. Never mind the warnings. One warning here. If you're a dick once, you'll be a dick twice. So block them. That's what we got to do here. Hey, Riley, thank you very much, my friend. 100,000 coming up, brother. We're on our way down. We went down to 0.3, but it doesn't matter. 0.2 is approaching. Then we'll go back upwards, because then in reality, to let you all know, there are no subscribers here. If you've subscribed from March and on, I haven't gotten any subscribers. It's one person subscribing 100 channels, taking off 100 channels, putting on 100 channels, taking off 100 channels. Because go look on Social Blade. My views are up 106 or 110%. I got over 80,000 views this month because, of course, I made news videos with no ads on it. Yay! Right? It doesn't give me any revenue, but it will attract people to come and see my research, because my research is going to be vindicated. I've been shaking for the past few days. I know something pretty incredible is about to happen, is happening. The CIA, the government of the United States, the president and his entire administration has no access to the clearance of the secret projects that are, one, retrieval secret projects, programs. We have people that are leaving Earth and that are communicating with the South Base Pole, which is a weapon. It's a killer zone, right? Can cause earthquakes, can do anything it wants. And at the same time, it also has an ELF, if I'm not mistaken, ELM, which is the device that permits them to communicate through quantum communication at the faster than the speed of light. In general, look it up yourself, do the research, look it up on Google, take it with a grain of salt. They're going to tell you that never has there ever been any experimentation on that. And that was written back in 2022. I suggest that you look at my last video that I just posted. It's basically the whole thing of what's going on, like the whole story. Out of that video, you'll be able to make your own assumptions about what's going to happen. Now, for the past year, maybe even a bit more than that, I've been talking to you about, I hope you remember, something that's very interesting to me, a subject. It's what type of a class of humans we are. because we're not type 1 yet. Well, I thought we weren't, but maybe we are, or approaching it. Michio Kaku, Elon Musk, they're all saying we got, thousands and hundreds of thousands of years before advancing and being able to consume and conserve and to refabricate all the energy and the elements that are in the universe. We're far from there. You'd think we're far from there, but there was maybe a push, and not necessarily talking about an alien encounter or a first contact. There was many, many contacts. We're way past the first contacts. A lot of you know that in theory, of course, there are already beings here on Earth, and there's already beings outside of Earth. How do we travel faster than the speed of light? It's not possible. They keep saying it's not possible, yet it can be explained. And in the last video, I explained that all these particles, entangled particles, can communicate with each other. There's a way, right? And to be able to do that, you have to, if you have a spaceship. If not, a spaceship is going to leave Earth, dart out from Earth. The minute the spaceship is leaving Earth, and they are, we're not going to be able to communicate with the spaceships. So we're at the point, apparently, where we can communicate with our spaceships. But when I say our spaceships, some of them were back engineered, just leaked recently. We are back engineering alien spacecraft, taking out their mechanisms and putting in other mechanisms. Does that take away a little bit of the magic being? The magic beings, the glowing beings that are maybe heavenly or something, that are coming down, but they use parts. We can screw and unscrew the parts that they're using. They're beings like us that are different. They could be far more advanced. They can be far less advanced than us. That's it's scary as hell, because if the system has to crash. Watch the last video, guys. I'm explaining it. The system will crash. It is crashing and has to crash, but it's not crashing because of what people think, that it's going to crash and then the government's taking over. Yes, they're taking over. They always have, right? But there's a war, an interagency war on the inside. And agents, luckily, some are, in theory, good people. You can assume and hope that they would be good people. Hope I missed this here. Metaphysical Mike, thank you very much. Bruce, I'm crystal clearly remembering others doing witchcraft on me and me doing black magic on others in past incarnations on Earth. Oh, I thank you a lot, actually, for mentioning that. The recollection of me in my other life was the same thing. And a very sad dream at one point where I remember being killed. And the reason why I was killed was because a little scary. It's a bit like what's going on in my life now. I showed something to everyone that was around me in a way to change things, and that I was killed through jealousy. People were jealous of me. I also was a scribe. I used to write a lot. I'm just saying, is it worth talking theory? You mentioned it. I seriously respect what you just said and believe it too, because I know a lot of people have recollections of past lives, and that's an interesting one. Thank you, Metaphysical Mike. Beth Noyes, how are you? Thank you so much. I bet we have tech that travels faster than the speed of thought. I agree with you. You know it. Love you, brother, and everyone here. Thank you so much, Beth. Well, listen, Beth, like the encounter that you had, the experience that you had, I'm going to take the chance of putting words in your mouth and saying that pretty sure you didn't feel, actually, maybe I could be wrong, but I don't think that you felt that it was a bad being that was there to communicate with you. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you felt that they were there to help. And some of these craft, we have some of them. And there are so many, in theory, what I believe, beings out there, intelligent beings, that there's no way to even come close to understanding the different levels and everything, what's going on out in the universe. Don't forget, we're used to building square buildings. We're used to putting fuel, into objects, into devices like cars and motorcycles, whatnot. There's no evolution there. There's nothing futuristic about us, you know. So when you find a UFO, and we've retrieved them. We even have a survivor, by the way. That's right, a survivor. Um, when we retrieve these craft, we can back engineer them. And if it was done once, that means humans now have the capability of an understanding of another energy source that is not electricity. That is exciting and scary at the same time, because now we have to wonder, are they going to transition us to free energy? They have to. What's the problem then? Now, it's the easy part. Okay. All that fuel we're buying, the government is getting that money. And so are, the companies, but the government's getting a lot of money, fuel, the oil. But now if we need to transition from using fuel and the electricity, think of it. Now, are you scared yet? Do you understand that fuel and electricity is all they've ever had, the government, and have been selling us, aside from technology, but it's all about the electricity. It's all about, making a television, our ancestors were watching, ancestors, in the 60s, 50s, whatever, they're watching television, black and white, a small tube, big ass on the back of the television. Then they make one with furniture around it. That lasted a couple of years, many years. Everyone has a big old furniture television still in their homes. I'm sure 4 or 5 of you have one right now you can touch, and then they got colored televisions, made the pixels, better on the screen. And then now they're flattening it. Oh, and now it's a plasma screen. Where's the invention? Like, we are using the stupid old airplanes that our ancestors fought in the war with. It's the same thing. The same designs. And they're dangerous, by the way. Planes crash a lot, right? Why are we using the same old technology? Why are we taking a television and changing it? Okay, let me guess. What's the next television? Oh, well, there'll be no frame. It'll be just a glass. What? It already exists? I believe it probably already does. But that's their ideal. That's how they make money. But now they're going to need to make money if we're transitioning from the fuel and from electricity. So let me guess. Are we going to see all the towers be taken down through storms, or are they going to do it deliberately and admit, are they burning down the forests to set up new buildings? Like, what the hell's going on with everything going on around the world? It's beyond a ridiculous point. If we're traveling at the speed of light, that's what they're going to need. They're going to need the secrecy. They're going to need a whole bunch of, security. They're going to need something to protect Earth if they're leaving Earth. What are they doing? Are they interacting with aliens on the moon? Are they spying on aliens on the moon or on some other planet or somewhere? I mean, all these questions come up, and it's something incredible, B.A. Bradster, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. Jules of Southern Oregon, thank you. I look forward to your lives every week. Sometimes I enjoy a Bruce Sees all day. Lol, thank you. I love you for it, Jules of Southern Oregon. Thanks, you guys. I love my bingers, people that love binging in the videos. I like that. Spending a day at Bruce Sees all, looking at the videos. Thank you very much. Listen, really appreciate that, you guys. Hello, I am Kai. Trolls are trolls. They will always try and put you down for attention, but don't let it. No, the trolls, I don't let it, but it's the ones that are my friends, and they turn. They change. Change. Put it this way, Sugar Bee says, they think they're all that because they have subscribers. Some people do. That's exactly right. The day I get millions of subscribers, I still will be here, I promise, talking to you. I won't talk down to you because, I'm just all that with 500,000 subscribers, because it's going to happen. No, I hope so. Gentle hugs, but big right back at you, Darla Lama. Awesome, Mix Ma'am. Thanks for coming in, you guys. Elias is in the house. Everyone's here. I'm scrolling down. Big hello. Thank you, guys. Super Dave 45 is in the house. Thank you very much. Bobana's here. Yeah, Darla. Star Hunter. There you go. Possibly, is it going to be World War III? And oh yes, Ramo, you said it. Yep, NATO stepping up. Another hard subject to be able to talk about, but yeah, Putin threatened NATO. They said, "You step your foot in there, you're dead, literally dead." Did you hear about the guerrilla group V something? I know I'm not going to talk too much about it, but they tried to, I guess, assassinate Trudeau, or either way. Maybe a double assassination. Like, how about Vladimir and Vladimir? Like 2 for 1. Like get one, buy one get one free. Because in reality, I don't take sides. I take the people's sides in Russia and Ukraine. I love the people of Ukraine. I love the people of Russia. I don't love the people of Ukraine that are running Ukraine. I don't love the people of Russia that are running Russia. Give back the strength to the people. Russia also has an agenda coming up. So World War III, Riley, I think so. And I'm afraid to say that I think it's going to be in space. This just in, watch this. Space news. Over to space news. Thanks for listening in, everyone. This is the channel where I'm going to give you a really up-to-date, recent, investigative report about all the UFO news that's going to be coming out. And of course, I'm not ever going to stop doing my own research. There's an infrared video recently that I posted where I got some sounds coming from the sky in a certain area. There's something in the sky, my friends, that is coming this way. There's something in the Milky Way that is coming this way. Oumuamua. They talked about Oumuamua gaining speed. Remember what they said in particularly about it gaining speed faster than all the objects traveling. NASA can't do that. Why do you think they're interested in Oumuamua? Why do you think they're saying that it's an alien spacecraft? Oh, Bruce, they didn't say it was an alien spacecraft. Oh, yeah. And Pentagon even says that it's humans from the future traveling back to our time. So we wanted the Pentagon and news media associations to just admit one thing. And now they're turning around saying, yeah, shit, we got time travelers coming back to boggle our physical realm. Getting interesting. I'm telling you, it is getting so interesting. Hear the emphasis in my voice. And of course, what problem will we encounter? Let's go see. What problem will we encounter if there is a war around Earth? Let's see. I think it's here. I want to show you this. There we go. Excuse me. Welcome in, everyone. SpaceX, right? Starlink satellites had to make 25,000 collision avoidance maneuvers in maximum 6 months' time. And it's only going to get worse. Well, why is that? Are there pieces and debris flying around because we're shooting down spaceships and stuff? Guys, it's raining debris. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after they talked about the Oumuamua situation, where they're combing the ocean floor, the Pacific Ocean, right? And they're retrieving spherules, tiny little marble balls that come from interstellar space off of a spacecraft. That's right. I mean, the retrieval projects, think of it. Why do you think we get things like Ocean Gate submersibles going down to the Titanic? Do you really think it's to go down and to look at the hull, to look at that watch that's rusted on the surface that you can't see anymore? You think they're going down for that? I think they need a frontal organization to be able to hide, to get their asses into the ocean. I'm waking up now. I'm waking up now. They're in the oceans retrieving spacecraft, and these are these retrieval secret programs. The government doesn't have clearance to it. The CIA director, the head of the CIA, has no access and doesn't even know, so they say, anything that's going on. So well, now we're getting closer to, like what some of you said, the Illuminati. They have many names, the shadow government, because that's where we are. Since the launch of the first Starlink spacecraft in 2019, hard to believe, the SpaceX satellites have been forced to move over 50,000 times to prevent collisions. So if there's fuel in those, they're going to run out of fuel, obviously, right? Staggering growth in Starlink collision avoidance maneuvers in the past 6 months is sparking concerns over the long-term sustainability of satellite operations, as thousands of new spacecraft are poised to launch into orbit in the coming years. Now, you see, he's not calling it satellites. They're spacecraft, right? So then at one point, there's just going to be like, what's that going by? It's just a spacecraft. You know, they're going to transition. I see it coming now. We won't be using the word satellite anymore. It'll all be space vehicles, right? All spacecraft, manned, unmanned spacecraft, manned spacecraft, unmanned spacecraft, unmanned drone, manned drones. Do we have manned drones? Yes, we do, apparently. China made the sun. They made the moon, right? He's playing God. Hadron Collider, smashing subatomic particles together. They're smashing hadrons together, which are opening black portals, creating elements that are not in this universe. And some very intelligent scientists are saying that they could possibly allow or leak into this physical world something malevolent, something bad, or something negative. Very scary. Thousands of new spacecraft are poised to launch into orbit in the coming years. He says, Elon Musk, that that billions of satellites could coincide together, no problem in the sky. But again, liar, this is a post about SpaceX Starlink that is worried because they had to make so many changes. So what are they going to do? So how do you think the secret projects, the shadow government, is going to interact with Elon Musk splattering satellites all around Earth? They're going to get shot down. They'll be blamed on Russia. The Americans are going to do it, right? Like they did with 9/11 towers and like they killed President Kennedy. USA was taken over when Kennedy was assassinated. But now the three-letter associations are under investigation. But I have a problem with that because the CIA and the FBI are under investigation, yet they're not the ones that have access or are in charge of these retrieval programs. Who the hell is running the shit show? There's a serious problem with that. Serious problem with that. Broadband satellites were forced to swerve more than 25,000 times between December 1st, 2022 and May 1st, 2023 to avoid potentially dangerous approaches to other spacecraft and orbital debris. I wonder what spacecraft are out there. Like a black dark night or something? According to a report filed by SpaceX with the U.S. Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, on June 20th of this year, I think that's about double the number of avoidance maneuvers reported by SpaceX in the previous 6 months period. So it's supposed to get worse. That ran from June to November 2022, Since the launch of the first Starlink spacecraft in 2019, the SpaceX satellites have been forced to move over 50,000 times to prevent collisions. The steep increase in the number of maneuvers worries experts because it follows an exponential curve, leading to concerns, speak English, that safety of operations in the orbital environment might soon get out of hand. But is it really the satellites that they're talking about is going to get out of hand? Honestly, is it going to be the satellites that are going to get out of hand? I mean, I don't know. And then, you know, I had another awakening, by the way, a couple days ago, which was long overdue from my last one 4 years ago. Boy, my head. I get an awakening and it gives me a plot and a story of the work and research that I do for the rest of the year. I don't know how it happens. I don't know how it happens, but it happens every time. Do I have the right to go and get just a cup of coffee? Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. So if you want to stream more than 20 hours on StreamYard, you're going to have to pay per month. If not, you won't be able to stream. That's right. Why is the sun's outer atmosphere so staggeringly hot when the surface of the sun isn't hot? There's a lot of things they're not telling us. The way I look at it, what if we are a secret project, which we are? I believe it. What if we're on like a sun and it's very bright and hot around Earth because you can't get into it? The same way someone that approaches the sun, just all this fire in the outer layer that's so hot. Hey, do you know what the difference of the temperature is with the corona around the sun, 50 some thousand degrees, as compared to 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface of the sun? Probably go there in a suit. You're going to say, well, Bruce, the sun's not solid. Well, of course it is. I'll tell you what, grab any element, any material, any matter, burn it for 1,000,000 years. If you don't have a rock at the end of that period, I'm not going to believe you. The sun's solid. Maybe there's a hole in the center of it. Maybe it's a donut shape, just theories, but black hole, hungry black hole switches on. I love that when they say that, as astronomers watch in surprise. But it is scary, guys, because the black holes, they're talking about it. There's a big supermassive black hole that beamed a pulsar, a fast radio burst. Another thing that I've been studying for the past 2 years, fast radio bursts. There's no information about it. You get a little bit of information online, but in reality, the big honchos are studying all that to try to find out what's going on. But it's hard to find truth about it. What's going on with Mars and Venus? It's going to leave the night sky this month. Here's how to say goodbye. So we're nearing the end of a celestial show that has been going on for many months. And the two main characters, being Mars and Venus, will soon be coming out to take their final bows. Yes, Venus and Mars will disappear. July, thinking of July marks the final month of evening visibility of two bright planets. That's another thing I want to talk to you about. Did you know that the night sky is getting brighter? More and more as we progress into the future, we're going to have more and more lights. It's going to get less and less darkness because of, everything that's going on, the change in the light, distances of stars and whatnot. Mars, which was so brilliant between Thanksgiving and Christmas, you remember it was, of 2022, and has since diminished dramatically in brightness. And Venus, which has adorned our evening sky since late fall. Both are currently visible low near the western horizon about an hour after sunset. We all know after a great theatrical show has concluded how the actors come out for a final bow. Well, in a way, we're nearing the end of a celestial show that has been going on, and now I'm repeating myself. As a bonus, located in the immediate vicinity of these two planets this month is the bright first magnitude star Regulus in the constellation of Leo, the Lion. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. What's the matter? They're not talking about much in the space news. Elon Musk, he crashed another spacecraft, didn't he? You get applause. He goes up and then it crashes down and woo, yeah, more funding. Woo, more funding. Smash some more shit up. Look at the toxins going into the sky. We didn't even leave the atmosphere. We didn't even leave Earth. Oh my goodness, that's okay. No dangers. 5G towers, you say? Don't worry, they won't be up for long. I don't even see. That's the thing. Very concerning that they're building the 5G towers when it's not even the shadow government building that. I think it was the government. Now the shadow government's going to turn around and take everything down because they're not going to be able to do anything with, we're not going to need electricity anymore. We don't need it now. We have free energy. China's making its own sun. They have their first electric UFO now, manned drone, very recently. Let's see what's happening here. I'm looking for some news. You never know. Something could pop up right now as we're talking. Asteroid named Portuguese astrophysicist. Yep, there's another asteroid. Lots of asteroids coming to Earth. Trying to understand dark matter. They're trying to understand dark energy. Why? As a matter of fact, they call it dark energy. That's where you know that they don't understand it, because dark energy, I'm going to take a guess. I'm sure dark energy is photonic light that is so blinding that our eyes and our frequencies in our eyes as humans can't see it. Right? Have you heard of the new auroras that are occurring only seen with infrared cameras? There's a lot of changes in the atmosphere. Are they changing our atmosphere? Because I'm wondering all of this. Like, now that we know about the transitioning, they're going to have to go to free energy. Some of you are going to say, well, it's not going to be for us. Oh, it will be. But they're going to have to come up with a new charging system. So now, like in the day, look at it the way you want, guys. They didn't make money for that long. First electrical wires went up. All right. Remember 18 end of the 1800s, there was this massive flash from the sun, coronal mass ejection, that charred a whole bunch of people on these lines. So they started back then doing the lines, and then, they're doing more lines with the electricity lines. We got lines all over the freaking world, but now that's it. They're going to have to stop transitioning over to the wire. So are they going to pretend or do that in a way where they're not responsible by saying there was a big flash from the sun? Because, by the way, when there's a flash from the sun, all those electrical wires have to be taken down. It's not about just going dark and then resetting up the electricity. Every single mechanism and piece that's in those wires, and the US so stupid, because all the wiring electricity system in the poles that you guys have in the States was bought from China. All the pieces, little special pieces that we got to put in transformers and stuff, right? Probably sure that Canada is just as bad. I never bitch about the US when Canada is just as bad, if not worse, but that's how it is. And when I say the US, I'm talking about the government, not the people. People are always innocent. So, no, they're very quiet in the news about the UFOs. Light supergiant reveals a missing evolutionary stage. It's just boring crap that they're talking about. It doesn't interest me. First ultraviolet data collected by European Space Agency's JUICE. Who gives a crap? NASA's moon rover prototype conquers steep, scary lander exit test. Oh, what are they doing now? Another thing, they're testing to make some landers and rovers. And like I mentioned, when was it? 218, right? 217. I made a video about them. What they should do is make a rover where there's several arms that are always turning in rotation with grips and grapples or whatever that can climb up even a wall. Like, just think of it. You just have to go on and clamp onto the rock and then bring yourself up, then grab the rock, then grab the rock. There's nothing to grab onto, dig a hole. They're doing that now. Like, this is literally what they're doing now. And they're actually asking, university students, college students to be able to, people are asking me, Bruce, where do you get information? I get my information on whistleblower channels. I get my information on the regular news. I can go to physics.org. I can go to space.com and look around at what people are saying. But again, anywhere and everywhere that I get information, I take it with a grain of salt. Like when I tell you NASA's moon rover prototype conquers steep, scary lander exit test. Well, it's true. So no matter who talks about it, doesn't really matter what news you're on to get that information out. So Investigating Polar Exploration Rover recently completed another successful round of rigorous tests of the agency's first robotic moon's rover ability to drive off the astrobolic Griffin lunar lander and onto the lunar surface, called an egress. This hours-long operation is one of the most critical and trickiest parts of Viper's 100-day mission. It could be even trickier if Viper's off ramps onto the moon are super steep or tilted due to uneven terrain. Now, doesn't that confirm to you that we are such a stupid, primitive race? We're going to go onto the moon. Now, if the legs are a bit too low, that mama's going to fall over and keel over forward. And in reality, what they can always achieve and always achieve and always achieve every time they try to go there, they make garbage, if they went. But now that they're talking about those retrieval programs, maybe Apollo 11 was in accordance with the shadow government to do some investigating on the moon. But again, we have the astronauts themselves that confirmed that it was illustrations that they showed the public. And I confirm to you right now, in case you still don't know it, nobody saw the Apollo 11 moon landing. That's confirmed by Buzz himself on the Conan O'Brien's show live. Conan says, I remember watching you when you exited and landed on the moon, and you went like this. You went like that. You didn't, and nobody did, because we weren't ready to go. And he says it was illustrations that you saw. Nobody knows what occurred that day on the moon. So imagine them saying that. It's pretty incredible when you think of it. Oh, hold on here. I want to catch up and say thank you, everyone. Beth. B.A. Bradster, thanks again. Jules of Southern Oregon. Rose Cullum, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you very much. Super Dave 44, thank you. Did I do something for you to take my wrench? Oh, no, Super Dave. It's just the fucking hackers. Don't worry about it. I could try to give it back to you, but I probably won't be able to. No. Lots of trolls here, Super Dave 44. Lots of trolls. I took one wrench off today, but it wasn't yours. I'll try to give it back to you later. I would not feature your channel. I would not be featuring your channel if I took away your wrench. Thanks, Super Dave. Anika, thank you so much, you guys. We see 1.5K thumbs up. I'm freaking out. Is it the real numbers or trolling? Oh, that could be. Sometimes it can go back down, but no, it should be. That would be more of a normal number, Let's see how many are watching. 144 watching. I don't know. Lisa, thank you so much. Thank you. It always is awesome when you guys stop by. Thanks very much. Wow, guys. Leah, thank you. Bruce, a lot of us are showing likes from 1,600 to 2,100, but not all of us. Oh, it could be a glitch. Well, like I said, guys, bring them on, eh? We have a lot of fun here on the channels. They can't do much. So Patrick Doucette can't do much. And I can hear him screaming in the background. It's a guy in town that's afraid of me. And yeah, so like I can walk freely around town and he's like jumping in hedges or over ramps or off bridges and stuff like that, not to encounter me because I'm like a hurricane. It's sort of interesting, Leah. Bruce, say thanks to the trolls. You get 2.6K thumbs up now. Come on, peoples. Let's get the 3K. Thank you very much. Absolutely. If the thumbs go up, that will attract more people to want to come and see the channel and the research. Metaphysical Mike, thanks again, man. How do you feel about solar flares and the effect they have on the human psyche? Oh my God. Good question. I love talking about it too. An emotional, mental, physical body. Thank you. Thanks everyone so much for the amazing support here. I'm worried because, people with we can confirm that much that people with breathing problems have problems when the sun is active. When I say active, the sun's always active, but sometimes these flares are not facing Earth. When the solar flares face Earth, people that have asthma, emphysema, breathing problems, lung problems can, experience some extra problems, and people that have allergies can also experience some extra problems. Metaphysical Mike, it's very interesting, and you know what? The moon affects us so much. The moon is not even supposed to be an illuminated object. If you look that up, they'll say the moon is not illuminated, even though we see the moon so bright. The reason for that is an excuse, right? And I'm going to give you the same excuse what NASA and everyone says. They say it's the Earth shine. Apparently, the sun's not reflecting on the moon's surface. I know it's hard to understand. It's reflecting on Earth, and Earth is reflecting onto the moon's surface. If that is so, how come the sunlight lasts longer on the moon than on Earth? You see how things don't make sense? How if the Earth is reflecting that onto the moon, but we're going around the sun all the time, it like me. Grab a sphere, turn on a lamp, put it in the center of the room, and go around it with a ball in your hands. That'll explain to you. Look at where the shadow is going to be on the ball. Do it. It's awesome. Little silly things like that I do because I'm visual to be able to understand exactly what's going on. We are really transitioning into the possibility of being a higher being. So what does that mean to you? No, it's not that they're going to, welcome us. The government saying, oh, we're going to be a smarter race. And, now humans are going to profit from a whole bunch of things. It should be that way. What we don't know, are the aliens here to stop the elites from doing that? Are the aliens the ones doing this change of evolution for humans? They've been here before. They've manipulated with our DNA before. And talking with my brother even yesterday and the other day about this, that I was really happy. I mean, Jason was talking about the DNA manipulation already. And I was mentioning, you have the, gene splicing, gene editing, Fauci gets caught with gain of function, which, changing and splicing genes. But anyways, all that could have been done after God created everything, right? You got aliens down here on Earth, or humans, quite simply, that want to experiment on their own race, which we know. Frankenstein movie, you say? That is so primitive, right? The Frankenstein movie, when you look at a Frankenstein movie and you go, oh, that's stupid. Electricity coming down from the sky. Why do you think they showed that? You're not impressed today because the people, that were born recently are saying that's old news. The first Frankenstein came out a long time ago, and that scared people because it was a possibility. So there's a lot of truth in some of the movies. We find truth in art, which again, we were looking at that yesterday on Jason's stream. Check it out. We're talking about giants yesterday. We did hear a couple streams also. We had a very nice time talking about the possibilities of the giants. I really believe, Metaphysical Mike, that it is affecting us. It is affecting us, the sun. They say that the particles are cancerous. We supposedly have something around the Earth that is shielding the radiation from coming, and also shielding us from the helium-3 that is supposed to be bombarding Earth. It does, but it breaks itself up. So that's what they say, because they say on the moon, helium-3, the first 10 feet of the surface, there's helium-3 there. So if they were to dig and mine helium-3 on the moon, they wouldn't have to dig. You need a plow, and you need a blower, and you need a truck, like the trucks that are up there. I'm sure 10-wheelers, and I'm not bullshitting you. I'm positive there are 10-wheelers up there. Maybe there's a different mechanism. I think that some of the motion that we're seeing up there on the moon could be on tracks, not necessarily trains, but mechanisms on tracks that go everywhere, completely everywhere on these tracks. And at the same time, you have these mechanisms of, cranes or anything can turn. And I see the moon as being a mass production planet where everyone there, either from elsewhere or from here, from Earth, are there. There's another system there. You could be sure in space there's a monetary system. Actually, I don't know. There's a monetary system for each planet, I'm sure, or barter. Let's use real words, a barter system, right? To be trade. We traded here back with fur trading back in the day. So there's many ways that people can, you can have a system. We don't know anything outside of the mentality of what we know of our own system. People have a hard time, probably even me, imagining, well, what type of barter system or we could use to be able to continue the system, but without using money. So money's not a problem, right? But in a way it is, because the computers that we're on right now maybe won't be working if they don't use electricity. I'm not saying they're going to abolish electricity, but probably, because electricity is pollution, by the way, lots of pollution, radio emissions and all that. Not a good thing, to do, but type 1 civilization should be able to control the energy of their own universe, and we are not there yet. Why are they trying to understand the sun? Why are they understanding black holes, dark energy, dark matter? Why are they using CERN? They're trying to create elements. They're waiting for a win-win situation, and they're cheating, by the way. They're smashing over 700,000 or 600,000 subatomic subparticles together, hadrons, right? They're opening up black holes, and the elements that they film, all the collisions in 1 second, all 680,000 of them or 700,000 of them, they can back engineer to recreate that element. Are you scared? It scared the shit out of me. I honestly horrified. Like, they open something up and you're going to see this negative energy there. Oh, they can recreate it now. So they go back and they do the same subatomic particle crashing, right? Because that CERN has a lot of mechanisms around it. There are so many people that are around the CERN working different departments. Of course, everything's compartmentalized, and to go around, it does a lot of stuff. CERN does a lot of stuff. How is CERN affecting our atmosphere? How is it affecting the birds, the weather? I mean, listen, honestly, it affects the weather for sure. The South Pole base is a weather machine, and when they started it, this was leaked. They caused earthquakes in New Zealand, and some people obviously got killed or hurt, Thanks for coming in, everyone. I'm anxious to look at those likes. When you watch when we're finished, the likes will probably be back down to 100. Hope not. See, we're going to start having the wrench problems again. Always pisses me off. I won't be giving any out anymore anyways. NATO is stepping up. They're next. They're next to go bye-bye. Bye-bye, NATO. Which means bye-bye Canada, bye-bye US, bye-bye UK, bye-bye France. I mean, Baba Yaga. Huh? Everyone's part of the New World Order. Everyone's part of it. Except Putin, no. A disturbance in the forest. Yes, fun Turgeist here. Love it. His Highness. How's it going, my brother? My friend Eric Hecker disclosed the neutrino ray. Yes, I know all about it. We heard about it, probably because he disclosed it in Antarctica at the DC event with Dr. Greer. Yes, that's exactly what I heard. And it's what I'm basically partly talking about. But the weather machine has these sleeves in the ground. They exert 3,047 volts each sleeve, and it's connected to an array system. They're beaming that energy to anywhere on Earth to start rainstorms, earthquakes, landslides. Now, if we think of what's been going on in the news, okay. There are a lot of landslides, hurricanes, and new tornadoes. And look in Quebec here in Canada, all the tornadoes. Isn't that odd? California has fires, then a tornado, and Canada has fires, and tornadoes starting. Some people are going to say there's always tornadoes in Canada. No, not everywhere. Not here. I've experienced 2 tornadoes in 48 years. Right here. None. There's been none. We get mini cyclones, they call it. Sometimes they say, be careful, the wind could go up to 95 kilometers an hour, but we never get the big, you know, we never get what they actually claim. Robin Phillips, have you seen a statement from Congress, aliens and their super advanced tech? Is this disclosure? Oh, yes, Robin. I have seen it. Excuse that house. Oh, well, that's definitely a problem. And 2 accounts? Ça fait chier, man. It really pisses me off. Really does. Those things happen. So I took one wrench off, and I guess everyone loses their wrenches or something like that. But yeah. I love Super Dave. The pieces, I got nothing against them. But that's how it is. Bruce. people hate Bruce. The statement, yeah, I believe that it is disclosure, like 100%, guys. They are disclosing the government, the interagency battle. That's going to be a shit show. It'll be beautiful. I can't wait. It's already started. Riley, thank you very much. Wizard Moon 13, love the name. Thanks a lot. Well, that's exactly it. What is about to happen? Well, what's about to happen is possibly a massive shutdown of the system. I know Alex Jones been saying it. I know a lot of whistleblowers have been talking about this, but no one's telling us why. And in reality, it's making only so much sense to me now. We have to transition. And if the UFOs are here, they could be helping us transition, helping us experience a new type of energy. You're not going to tell me that an alien wouldn't want to land to explain to us here on Earth that it would be better to use a greener energy, right? Maybe that's why they're talking about the green energy, right? Do you think the aliens are going to land at the White House to talk to Biden? No. You think they're going to land in Sweden or wherever the hell Greta Thunberg is? No, obviously not. They're going to land here on Earth to interact with, obviously, the Galactic Federation that's here on Earth in charge of the universe, maybe not just Earth. The Intergalactic Federation, do they have only humans as members, or is it mixed? You know, it's coming down to, basically, laugh if you want. I know probably none of you are, Star Trek. You know, the reality of Star Trek, leaving with a spacecraft that can travel the speed of light, will go from section to section to survey, to observe, to protect the universe. I don't think humans are going to be the ones doing that. But then again, I think the aliens need some alliances. Would they not? Would not an alien race need humans as an ally if now we are leaving Earth with our own spacecraft? If we're traveling at the speed of light, then there's definitely going to be a problem because they're not going to want us traveling around. So, you know, it's an incredible situation, guys. David Grush, for those that don't know, there's the alien story in Las Vegas. Angel, the family was apparently missing. There's problems. The family, they are armed, and there were people, still are people, going on their lawns with drones. There's people at night dressed in black on their lawn at night. There's people sending over drones. I mentioned that. And it's pretty incredible. So that's a story that's going to continue. Congress is supposed to talk on that. Are you ready? We are the 7th. So why am I excited? Well, in less than 3 weeks, maybe even 2 weeks, we are going to hear a new part of the story where the government is going to speak up. So either they make it or break it. They're going to either lie through their teeth, get us mad at what they're saying, maybe deny everything that's going on. I wouldn't be surprised if the government says, well, we looked into it and it turns out there are no retrieval projects, right? Like it's just a load of bullshit. There's nothing being done, you know, like something they've continually done to us. You know, we get used to that. We get used to that. Ramo, thank you so much, you guys. Hey, Animation Studios. Jared is in the house out doing Uber Eats. Very busy day. Hey, good for you, my friend. That sounds like an interesting job, actually. A couple of people have been, I guess, it's a pretty popular. Hopefully, you get plenty of tips. Thanks for listening in, my friend. Be safe while you're driving. Stem fall, man. Merci, bango. Riley, I'm just like you. Yeah, guys, it's getting pretty crazy. I am so anxious, 100% for disclosure to come out. I thank everyone so much for listening into the streams, and we have a lot more to talk about. I mean, we can't, they didn't build Rome in a day. We're not going to be able to talk about this entirely because there's more information that's going to be coming in all the time. Yeah, I'm a little maybe extra enthusiastic about it. It does show. To the point that I'm stuttering. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. I feel it. And there's another little bad thing that's going to come out. And when they talk about exactly what some malevolent aliens were doing, people aren't going to be too happy. Won't want the kids out in the parks anymore. But I want to know that truth. I think it's important for us to know the truth. Love your enthusiasm. I will watch the news over the next couple of decades. Absolutely. A Roman Scott, it's going to be damn interesting. All the new innovations. We're living in a new era. It really is a new era for sure. It's pretty obvious that Biden does have a clue about anything. Yeah, well, exactly. He is like way out there. Fairy Mayo, hello. I'm daughter of Paki Samotaki. Guys, thank you so much for coming by. Wow, thank you very much. Welcome to the community, and thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. Thanks to Dad. Love you, man. Oh man, that one I'll leave you. Um, Absolutely, yeah, yeah. You could repost that one if you want to. I don't usually let people do that, but yeah, man, I got nothing against that, my brother. It's all helpful, man. I appreciate it. And obviously, you might get a chance to get more views than me with the video. So, who would I be to get mad if you get more views than me? The ideal is to share the truth out there, and that's what's most important. So yeah, go ahead. Yes, apparently Gabber Beast has a lot of Chinese people following. He says has interaction there. Please, when you post a video, please let them know where my channel is. Thanks, man. Taking break, catch up on the UFO news. It's so interesting. It really is, you guys. Space stuff is here. Richard, my friend from Astor, Florida. How are you? You know who loves you, so don't worry about the others. Hey, thanks, man. Love you more, my friend. It's not worth it. I love you, Bruce, or I wouldn't have been watching all these years. No, I appreciate that, Richard. A lot, man. I mean it. Rod R., how is it going, my friend? Thanks for coming back all the time, you guys. Nicole, how are you? From Southern Alberta. There's my faraway neighbor. Thanks for your videos. I appreciate it. Love you for it. You've been putting out so much information. Love you. Stay safe. Thank you so much, Nicole. You guys rock. Yeah, I've been having some problems with that too, and I hope YouTube doesn't cut off eventually. I'm worried about the blackout, so they are going to black us out. But here's the problem: we can't transition to free energy. We got nothing set up. Nothing set up. So you know what's going to happen? Do you agree with me? In theory, they're going to have meetings for months to be able to decide. And don't forget, guys, the UK, the France, all the other countries, Canada, they all have their secret projects. They all have their secrets, and they're all familiar with everything that's going on right now, the agenda and everything, Horrible. Telepathy. That's also very much needed. The government is fearful of people who use telepathy, people who remote view, people who astral travel, but that can get information, not astral travel, but people that can get information and see into certain things. There's, my God, so many tests that the CIA has done over the years, especially a long time ago, about that, bringing someone in a room, sending 3-4 people out into the woods in some country and asking these agents, of course, because they're agents by that point, some of them, to try to remote view, to try to locate where they could be, to try to come up with the conniving plans of what they're going to be doing. Some people, for whatever reason, are really connected to the frequencies of the universe. It's the only way I can put it. Awesome question. It's a very interesting one. See, Riley, thanks for sharing that, man. He's there too. I'm there now, man. I'm afraid to admit that because type 1 civilization is very, very concerning. A type 1 civilization is very, very troubling. They can do a lot. A type 1 civilization we talked about the last time. And for those that don't know about it, there are different types. It's that is something from Russia, if I'm not mistaken, that they're able to come to, a sort of conclusion as to the evolution of different beings. And there has to be several beings for them to be able to do that, right? It's called like the Voshkop scale or something like that. So, always an interesting subject. I mean, it's like, oh my goodness. Not type 1 diabetes. I want type 1 beings. Google's the dumbest thing ever invented. Bill Gates didn't invent it on top of it. Microsoft. It's so sad too. What's happening? Come on there. Wasting my community's time here. Allez, merci. Okay, have you guys noticed 4 days ago, since July 4th, the Google search, when you do a Google search, usually all the words come back up into your search and stuff. Now they're changing them. They're making you go to other things. I'm having a hard time going on Wikipedia right now. I don't know what Wikipedia is. Okay, I have a little problem with that. I'm getting a little upset here. Oh, it's about freaking time. The Kardashev scale. This is scary stuff. And they're going to be talking about this in the news if you're not interested in it. I've been mentioning it for several months now. And now I know people are going to say, well, Bruce, what are you going to bring to the table that Stephen Greer hasn't brought, or that, Alex Jones or all the whistleblowers are bringing to the table? Sharing the news and sharing my theories. Stephen Greer said a lot, but he didn't say everything. And when you go listen to what Stephen Greer is saying, you can understand some of the things that he's not talking about. So the Kardashev scale, a type 1 civilization is able to access all the energy available on its planet, which we should not be there yet. Science isn't, but like Riley says, the shadow government is. So a type 1 civilization, because at one point we're all characterized as civilizations, for those who don't know it. We were for sure a 0.8 or a 0.9 for ever since all of us here on Earth have been born. But recently, possibly a change in the status to a higher intelligent being. This is a transition of Earth. We are transitioning into being more intelligent species, a higher intelligent being. Now, you're going to say, well, they're not going to give us access to the power. Doesn't matter. We're still there. We're still on that planet, and we are that civilization that's doing all the shit either way. A type 1 civilization is able to access all the energy available on this planet, and we don't even know what the core is inside of Earth. And we just found out to do a sonogram on Earth, right? To be able to, maybe a doctor mentioned that, a good idea to do a sonogram on its planet and store it for consumption. But now here's the scary part. Sadly, We never had to use electricity or fuel, but the governments wanted the money. And the governments with the money can turn around, and all these businesses that we've opened up ourselves, government goes to the business and buys anything they want, because in reality the system is making it function. We are their system. They profit from us. If humans stand up and retaliate and riot, the system won't work. They punish us like children. They'll take away our cell phones. They'll take social media down. France, Macron, the shit-stained dictatorship that's running what used to be France, is done. France has fallen. The States has fallen. France has fallen. Canada has fallen. And there's other countries. Australia having problems with China. You know, all these countries that are having problems. Anyways, you know. So can we control and store all that energy on our planet for consumption? Nikola Tesla had a good way of explaining how to do so, right? What do you think they did? They took his patents and definitely, most likely, probably did ground Earth. And maybe we do have a laser. Maybe Antarctica, maybe the northern pole and the southern pole are Earth's weapon and Earth's laser beam, right? There could be so many possibilities. I know a lot of you, or maybe some of you, are not there yet, or at all. Is saying that Bruce is, you know, he's got cool videos, but he's a flake. Hypothetically, they say they should also be able to control type 1 natural events such as earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. So this information that I just told you in that one paragraph, I'm going to reread again, explains a lot about what we're seeing and witnessing. If you heard like me when I said the end of the sentence, watch. Okay, type 1, they're able to access the energy available on the planet to store it and consume it. Hypothetically, they should also be able to control natural events such as earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. We're seeing the volcanoes erupt. We're seeing earthquakes, landslides. We heard of the South Pole base. Look it up on Google. Go look it up on Google Earth or Google Maps to try to see where it is. And you're going to see in the top of the world by itself. That was leaked out by somebody that went there. And Stephen Greer shared out that person that leaked out that information. Dyson Sphere. Yeah, well, I also posted that in the last video. Watch the last video and listen to what I said. Very important. So hypothetically, they should be able to control natural events, earthquakes, and volcanoes. So that's sort of scary, guys. I think we are. I should have titled this. I almost did. Have we become a type 1 civilization? Holy shit. Type 2. Let's see if we are type 1, there will be some things that we can do, or we will be experimenting on everything for the type 2. Let's see if that coincides, right? Type 2 civilization can directly consume energy of a star. Right? Including energy from any object in the galaxy, such as every star and, say it, black holes. So reading this, that was written many years ago before I was even born, it's explaining to us exactly what they're doing, because the government's doing that. Want to be a type 1, okay? Access all the energy available on the planet. All right, so we start studying all the energy available. So that's why we are hearing this. We're hearing dark matter. We're hearing, antimatter. Negative energy and dark matter are two different things. There's another thing. Mind blown. Not the same, right? Some of the UFOs that Bob Lazar was explaining to us that were smaller vessels that came from the Zeta Reticuli star system, okay, were using photonic light. And at the same time, from the inside through a tube, was producing antimatter. And that antimatter, when it hits matter, it produces an incredible blinding photonic light. That photonic light is what we're seeing around the craft. Jason, my brother, asked at one point, we don't see the metal or objects inside of those lights. That's right. And you won't. Maybe they're not craft. But like David Grush said, craft, you can call it that. But why did he say that? It's craft. He's admitting it's craft. But people have in their heads, craft is a flying saucer, a round shaped flying saucer, when it's not. Has any of them been built? Yes. Tried saucers, elongated cigar shaped vehicles like Beth Noyce on her channel got during the day, standing up there, just sitting there looking at people, not moving. So those are incredible things. Those are little things that, for me, that is what I sought for. I run after that. Beth shows a short video during the day, and you see a UFO in the sky. That is pure proof and evidence. No manipulation and stuff. But a lot of people instead depend on what the governments, are saying about everything. Before I get off here, a type 2 civilization can directly consume the energy of a star, most likely through the use of a Dyson sphere. That's interesting. Type 2 civilization can directly consume the energy of a star, most likely through the use of a Dyson sphere. Well, hang on. Oumuamua. Now, you get it? You get it? Why Oumuamua? They're talking about it. How do you think Oumuamua is traveling? Why do you think Oumuamua is traveling faster than the speed of the solar system? Did you know the solar system has a speed? The solar system is moving. The Milky Way is moving. We are rotating around the sun in an elliptical orbit, like an elastic, while the moon is apparently locked in place, and while the sun goes all around the Milky Way, which takes millions of years. So we're never in the same place. Never, ever are we in the same place. Like, clap your hand. How far are you in space? Every time you clap your hand from where you were at that point, because there's no up and down in space. That's why it's hard to understand. But we're in rotation all the time. If you stand up at the top of the world at the Northern Pole and you stick your hands outwards like that, you will, the only place on this planet Earth, you will be turning straight up, just turning like that. Now, where I am, I'm turning like this, like I'm going sideways. And, how are we stuck to the planet? Well, it's gravity. Gravity makes us stick to the planet. And then they come out in 2022 and they say, hey, guys, we found out that gravity is a wave. Dude, come on. They know that gravity is a wave now, but they're explaining as to why people are sticking to the planet. They have no freaking idea what gravity is, guys. They don't know what gravity is. They don't know why the sun is reacting the way it is. They don't know how many times it's going to react. They're wrong about all the stars. They just found a recent planet in our solar system that they said should be exploded. It should be, have imploded and have created a black hole. It didn't. Oh, we're going to have to study more elements to see why that happened. They're studying antimatter, black holes, because they want to do time travel experimentation. We're there, guys. It's even more incredible that it's about time travel, the story. And it's not just about a stupid president in the United States that retrieved a craft, right? Eisenhower, come on, right? Yeah, more than one craft has been retrieved, and now we're back engineering them. We're even testing our own communications and quantum communications. How many are dead? How many out there died? How many people were killed for bringing this information out 10, 20 years ago? A Dyson sphere, a type 3 civilization, type 3 now, is able to capture all the energy emitted by its own galaxy, including energy from any object in that galaxy, such as every star, black hole, etc. So now I'm getting scared. We probably really are already a type 1, and will evolve from a type 1 to a type 3 civilization in less than 1,000 years. Michiu Kaku, I'm being brave. You said 100,000 years. You're wrong. I'm telling a professional, philosopher, theoretical physicist, whatever the hell you want to call it. He's also a doctor, right? Like Greer. He's wrong. We're not going to wait 1,000 years for a type 3 civilization. As a matter of fact, I don't think Stephen Greer will agree that in theirs will be, only at a type 3. We're going to be evolving and like, yeah, definitely going ahead. What is a Dyson sphere? A Dyson sphere is, again, they say a hypothetical megastructure that encompasses, go look at the last video, I got a blue one in there, that encompasses a star and captures a large percentage of its solar power output. The concept is a thought experiment that attempts to imagine how a spacefaring civilization would meet its energy requirements once those requirements exceed what can be generated from the home planet's resources alone, because only a tiny fraction of a star's energy emissions reaches the surface. Did you know that? No, I didn't know it either. Of any orbiting planet, building structures encircling a star, would enable a civilization to harvest a lot more energy. So, Oumuamua, the hell was that? Oumuamua, that is traveling from head to toe, front to back. We'll get the pilot out in the end. There you go. The pilot's there. So they're traveling through space like this. And as they're traveling through space like that, they're generating their own atmosphere and orbit and gravity around the spacecraft. Okay. Why am I flipping out? I know people aren't understanding because it's not in the movie anymore. This is being leaked out of what they're doing there. So now I'm a lot more afraid of the lights that I see coming down into my freaking yard. It's like, think twice. Who and what are those lights? So the ideal is Oumuamua is going like this, slows down as it comes into the solar system, which never happens. All the asteroids are traveling at the same speed. So are the comets, and so is the debris, the space station. You're going to hear 54,000 miles or kilometers an hour or miles an hour a lot because it's a speed. Now I'm going to say something. Go back to the comet that I filmed. What was it called? Shit, I forget. One of the only comets that I showed you with a tail. How come its speed was so fast? Because it wasn't a freaking comet. The asteroids, the stars that we're seeing around us, I'm sorry, guys, I think they're basically craft. Most of them must be craft, right? Maybe we're in a black hole ourselves, Earth, like entirely, in a black hole, in the bottom of an abyss and pit, right? Maybe we had wings before. Are there any stories that remind you of what I'm mentioning? Like maybe some biblical story where some angels got their wings clipped and sent back down to the abyss, It's very biblical what's going on. We are in the times of the Bible, and, our asses are going to be in the Bible. Because don't forget, they're going to progress, and in 1,000 years, they're going to find the last piece. The last piece will be us. They're going to talk about us having evolved, having done so much with the civilization. And in 1,000 years, people will have to know our story. How do you feel if I tell you in maybe 90 years, no one on this planet would ever know that you and I existed, any of us, and that we were on computers or that we had design, the Wright brothers and boats and everything, and Marconi brothers and whatnot, with the radios and the telephones and Edison and Nikola. Imagine all of us blowing up and there being no information to hold that for the next generation. A lot of smart people in my community were also saying in the comment something to that design, that in other lives we get our minds wiped out. We're a living soul. We are living souls. So the soul never dies. So that means we don't ever die. We're only born, apparently, but the soul lives on. It's the physical body that dies. Apparently, when you're dying, your body, some people we imagine the death, different scenarios of dying. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to die like that. That'd be horrible. That'd be dreadful. Your brain shuts down. Your metabolism shuts down. Nerve endings shut down. It takes you a couple of seconds for you to feel pain when you touch it, like the implosion of the ocean gate. Of course, I didn't feel anything. It's just to say that they're visually they were able to witness the clap. Maybe they heard a pop, but things happen fast. Why am I talking about that? Dyson sphere. It's all coming out. I'm telling you, it is all going to come out. 311 already? What the heck? The truth is out, and people are going to flip out for sure in a good way, I say, is what I believe. That's what I believe. Thanks so much, BA. So I'm scrolling down now. Hi, Maria. Freaking nuts. I love that one. Gotta go. Thanks for coming by. Alpha Kush is in the house. How many likes should Bruce get? Oh, don't tease me. Don't tease me. It'll probably just, block the live stream. The last time my little Alpha Kush, I think, stopped by, they took them all off, I think. But those of you that are able to like the videos, I mean, what would we, is what I say. Made in USA. It's television. Thank you. That's the only part of the USA that did not collapse. The American people. American people still going strong. And at the same time, be positive, America, because the truth is coming out. All eyes are on America because you guys are the leading country. You can't hide it. Leading countries are responsible for war. They're responsible in protecting other countries. I mean, isn't it not normal seeing the United States of America send their troops to other countries? And then I remember a couple of years back, we were all talking and everyone's awake saying, yeah, it's for oil. They're there in Afghanistan for oil, and then they leave there and leave $80 billion of brand new top secret technology devices like tanks, helicopters, and everything. And they said that they decommissioned them so that they won't be able to drive around with them. And the very next day, helicopters are going by in Afghanistan. That was a deal. What was it? The ideal is that we're going to go over to your country to protect your country, but every military device or truck or vehicle or jet, we will leave them to you when we leave. They make deals. The American people pay the taxes and then they give the money away. Biden's giving it free money. Are you Ukrainians? Free money if you're Ukrainian. But if you're Russia, we don't like you, they say, right? The governments did that. How do you think the Russian people that were coming to my channel, most of them stopped coming. Some of them keep coming by and they're like, hey, Bruce, thanks for still talking to me. I feel so sad. You guys didn't do frig all. It's the government. It's your Putin and it's Vladimir. People that are awake around the world think now, people that are awake and that are a bit higher evolved than other people are not racist. They're, they accept the differences of others. Accepting the differences of others doesn't mean we have to be smiley and enjoy it, but it's a must that we accept the differences of others. And definitely we are transitioning, have been transitioning maybe for many years, maybe before I was born, maybe it was 2 years ago, maybe it was 100 years ago. We'll never really pinpoint those, exact dates of when they're starting to evolve. The humans, but they are. I'm telling you, they are. Thanks, Rose. Thanks, everyone. Imagine the power grid taken down by a new Carrington event. It's exactly Michael Long. Thank you very much for being here. It's exactly what I'm talking about, Ramo. Yeah, you're right on. If it happens, and again, like I said, when it happens, the blackouts, these wires cannot be changed. Everything has to be ripped down. Guys, it would take us 30 years. It would take us 30 years to take down all the wires, right? And it's confusing. I know some of you are saying, yeah, but if it's CERN causing everything or the power grids to go out, why is the government upset about them doing retrieval programs? So you see, there's a real situation. It's real. There really is an interagency battle going on. This morning, I had tears in my eyes. So did I yesterday. I'm overwhelmed. I've been here for 8 years. It's going to be the 8th year of research, and the fucking truth is going to come out. I'm telling you. Let me get a coffee before saying goodbye here. But what's going to remain hidden is the moon. The moon could be, I'm excited. No, the moon could be, the biggest secret. And what is going on the moon, I have a very bad feeling about it. I think it's pretty sinister. And I think they're developing products and contaminants and toxins and vaccine and to abolish a race somewhere on a planet called Earth or something like that. Maybe there's an alien race that's going to be here to try to save us. Maybe it's like my brother says, hopefully, actually, I think we'd all hope that God, won't let us be destroyed. And then there's parts, the first time was water. This time is going to be with fire. And we're just sitting here on the planet burning up. Are we the fallen angels? It's a lot to take in to consideration. It really is. But it's a subject that is just ultra exciting. Is what I'm afraid of. Is definitely what I'm afraid of. In other words, it could be the last resort if the governments don't want that to happen, or if the shadow government doesn't want us to succeed. Well, they're going to destroy Earth again. And then the next generation is going to, Adam and Eve, which I was saying with Jason, my brother on his channel yesterday. I hope it's not Adam and Evan, because, the trans story now. It's important that everybody knows all the possibilities of everything. When I was young, I used to say that to my mother that God was a woman. And even at a very young age, as a baby, would say, why would it just have to be a man, And it wasn't because I was a contradictory kid. It's that I had my own ideals on something, I had my own ideals. I was awake at a young age. But why are kids awake at a young age? It's not always because of their intelligence. I'm not going to say it sounds crazy. I don't think it is because of intelligence at all. I think I'm starting to wonder if our paths aren't already written. I am one that believes in destiny and it can be changed, but that I believe that we have one path and we can divert the path, but the end point is always at the end on that same line. So if we go off our path in life, like I've done, like a lot of people do, it doesn't always have to be a drug problem, right? It doesn't always have to be alcohol. Sometimes it's a mental issue. Sometimes it's, for whatever it may be, we're more the same than we think. That's how I look at it. This should bring us together. It's important. It's never been this important to love each other, love thy neighbor, except if thy neighbor has a dog that shits on your lawn. You have to use common sense when you are, Why am I laughing? Because I'm really freaked out now, trying to make things trifecta. Zelensky, Turdo, Biden, throw in Gates and Fauci too. Oh yes, and you can throw in the mayor, and then you can throw in the entire Biden administration, most, if not all, the Democrats, even some Republicans that are actually not really doing their good thing. Yeah. So for those that are, not interested, well, maybe you're right. Maybe this is all just a shit show for people on YouTube to make money, or maybe there's nothing real in what's going on, but we're seeing it. We're seeing for the first time in our lives, the government come and speak out. Okay. The first time in our lives. Ladies and gents, we're going to have another stream tonight. I always try to get to everybody's comments. I can't always have the time to do so. I hope you all look at the last video that I posted. It has a lot to do with what I'm talking about here. But it's just true, some cool visuals. It's just very true that we are evolving. We are becoming a higher being. So who do you think is going to witness that? Oh my God. Yeah, maybe him. Maybe there is a scribe, some spiritual scribe that's going to be here to mark an event. Oh. What are they going to build this time? They built pyramids a long time ago. Are they going to build something else? Oh, that makes sense. They came and built the pyramids because that was their energy. They were using kinetic energy. Lucky guess, right? Sounds nuts, eh? I'm positive. They were melting rock. They had copper intertwined and rolled up inside of that rock. And we found out only today that rock is, yes, conductive, right? Talking with Jason yesterday, the Stonehenge. Go look at the video. It was a good video. Stonehenge, okay, lined up, 4 stones at the end with the summer solstice. The other one's lined up with the sun when it's in the constellation of Orion. So that object, Stonehenge, is a weather monitoring tool. It's an astronomer's tool. It's, you know what I mean? Because we don't have that mentality. Why would they build something that big and stupid? What do you mean stupid? Now I'm going to tell you something scary. Stephen Greer never told you this. No one ever told you this because it's this thing in my head. Has anyone ever talked about the ancient civilizations being advanced and being a type 2 civilization? Stonehenge. Use of your own planet material and consume the energy of your planet. So Stonehenge is very energetic. They're not digging in the center of that. Dig down in the center of Stonehenge, you will probably find a metallic type of object, maybe even a UFO craft. So I believe, before I get off here, that very intuitive today. I feel very intuitive. I believe even that most of these sacred sites that no one's allowed to dig on and that they can't build on are hiding UFO technology underneath. Maybe they're hiding a base underneath. Are the aliens coming out of Earth now, or the human secret societies coming out of Earth, the shadow government, because the volcanoes are destroying everything inside of Earth right now? Is it CERN causing it? Is it a natural cause? Are the aliens here to help us evolve? Are they here to kill us? So that's where we're at. It's an exciting story, an incredible, exciting story. They want to be off Earth by 2040s to escape the coming micronova, hence the sudden uptick in the space race. Yes, hence the sudden uptick. Uptick, you say? More like a frenzy uptick. Yeah, it's crazy. Race is on again. China, Russia, US. And now India is joining the race. Canada, obviously, has always been there because the US makes Canada build things for them. We build all your military stuff, guys. A lot of people, Americans, still don't believe me, but it's because it's a top secret thing. Me, I just live in a town where we're building your tanks, by the way. US, we build your tanks here. Lots of them. Yeah, you guys probably build millions too. But Canada is building tanks for you guys. Spaceballs, yeah. Initiating anti-Illuminati, illuminating like bomb 2.0. That's what I want to see happen, Alpha Kush. I want those bloody elites to be gone, like completely disappeared. I think Starlink will have something to do with our future energy grid. I absolutely believe that. 100%. Good afternoon, Gate Smasher and Julie. Thank you very much for being here. Right on. Bacon. Lisa Birch, thank you very much for being here, you guys. ET phone home, and it happened. Thanks, Lisa Birch. And thanks for the kind comments, too. Yep, ET phone home, I think, is exactly what happened. There was definitely a phone call. It is rather ironic, isn't it? Michael Long's here. Thank you very much, you guys. Before I get off here, Fabi ain't so bad, but the CIA will end you for fun. Oh, yes. Yep. 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 They don't even have access to the secret retrieval programs. Could you imagine? Dude, I am Kai. Thanks for yesterday, by the way. Could you imagine trying to wrap your mind around there being someone worse than the elites? You know, that's mind-boggling. Yeah, suspicious skies for sure. The last Australian. Thank you very much for coming by. Try looking at Silent Storm, nuclear, OS tests, Daco. It will. Thanks, Bruce. Have to head off. All my best to all. Thank you very much, last Australian. I believe that is highness. I'm with you on that. Very afraid of that. Karen Massey, how are you? Yes. Thank you very much for stopping by. Darla, all the mods. Yeah, I think so, brother. Hey, I'll take it. 930 thumbs up. That's craziness. In progress. I don't, Anika. Now I see well, but I don't see the views yet. I'll see it afterwards. But watch what's going to happen is that when I go off after, it might, hopefully then we'll disappear. Ah, thank you. Danky. Danken. Just having a shower, peeps. I'll be back. Hey, bring me into. No, that sounded so gay. I was gonna say bring the. Never mind. I was gonna say bring the stream into the shower. No, actually, the guy's like really. He's like, what the hell is he saying? What the hell, Bruce? And that solar probe. What's your thought about that? Thanks, Maria. How is it possible to even test equipment that can withstand such heat? Well, it's funny you say that. Very recently, Maria, they did the first tests by sending a probe literally into the sun. As a matter of fact, in the most recent Artemis program, went to the base center of the solar system, which is the center of the sun. They did some tests. They brought some equipment over there, and they're trying to consume the sun's energy. That spaceship that they found, remember, sucking up the plasmaic energy. I like making up words. I'm so excited. The plasma energy, sucking it up. I mean, Dennis, thanks. Hey, Dennis. I mean, what if that's humans? What if it's the shadow government that is literally sucking up plasma from our sun? That very concerning. Another thing, the energy. Here's a good one. In our atmosphere, before I get off, I've been saying that 20 times. The energy in our atmosphere, they're using it with some of their devices. Some of these devices don't produce their own energy. It's used with the energy interpolation and everything around Earth. That's how people are using some big devices like even the CERN. But that energy is being sucked out of our atmosphere. So these are things that, like Stephen Greer was saying, physicists, a lot of them don't even study that, have probably never even heard of those certain things, because there is a secret physicist society. You could be sure of that, right? Skull and Bones, I think probably older than that, Is the Skull and Bones related to the shadow government, or is Skull and Bones part of the government that's trying to, in a battle right now with the, interagency battle? George Bush and his dad were both into the Skull and Bones. And he says, tell us about the Skull and Bones, please. He goes, yeah, well, it's a secret society that's so secret that, we can't even talk about it. Then everybody in the States voted for Bush. My father fucked us over. Let's vote for his son. Now Americans that are here are telling me, wait, hang on, Bruce. Americans didn't vote for that asshole. It's all fixed. It's all a big shit show already planned and fixed. Numbers are all there ahead of time. Shadow government will never give up control, for they are ones from the moon. It's what I believe. I absolutely believe 100% the shadow government is definitely on the moon. It's what I believe, Gate. Thanks for sharing that, man. Patrick Park. Zupal, merci beaucoup. 929. No, it's not, Patrick. Little mistake, you guys. I don't have 148 users watching that watch. That's consecutive views. There's 150 people here right now watching, but you're not seeing the number fluctuate. Like there right now, there's 2 or 3 that left. There's 2 or 3 that come by. So far, the views on this video, my friend, are 2,100. I don't just have 146 views, but there's 146 watching. Those are consecutive viewers. Those aren't the views. So they have an eyeball. You see 150. It's because all the time there's 150 watching. So that means I'll get to 2,000 views at least for the stream. Jason Berezny, thanks for being here, man. Yeah, pretty cool. I hope we see them for long. They should have Biden address the nation and give a detailed speech on disclosure. No gaffes, earbud, or teleprompter. Yeah, right. You're gonna have to give him an ice cream cone to be a good boy, so he doesn't trip over the sandbags. When they said he tripped over a sandbag, I said, was Hillary Clinton on stage? The sun really is that hot. Maybe it's not at all what we know. Exactly. And it's maybe not that hot because it's only 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit in the surface, right? Right. Sugar bee, it is. And if somebody is able to think of a secret that the government is holding from you through black witchcraft and magic, they'll be destroyed. I've killed the devil that way. Many a times, no, once. Doesn't come back here. No devil around me. I'm pretty much as close as what photonic light is what I say. That's what I'm pushing around me, which you guys and gals should be doing that all the time. A nice ball of energy around you, white light. It's the Father's light that should protect you. And use it wisely. Be very cautious. Yep, they found this stash in the White House. And it turns out, Beth, now we know why they called it the White House. Right? Hunter Biden was there the day they found cocaine. So they found cocaine in the White House, which, by the way, don't forget the White House is an area that everyone is searched when they walk in, right? Is Nancy Pelosi searched? Is Hunter Biden searched? Do they frisk Biden when he walks in the White House? It's the best way. My dad is president, and I can hide my drugs in the White House. Wow. Bro, it happened. It really in the news. And now they're talking about Hunter Biden and possibly having stashed it. That would be so funny. Better late than never. Hello, everyone. Been doing repairs to my motor. Grip Ripper, thank you very much. Again, just got in. Bloody thing. Good luck. I hope you got it all fixed up. See, that's what I would think, Nika, that there would be 100, 1,100 watching, maybe 2,000 watching, at least over 200, because it can't always stay at 143 consecutive viewers. It should be going up a lot more than that. Distraction with a thumbs up hack from Bruce's message. Oh, am I being hacked? There's a thumbs up. Is that a thumbs up or a cricket? Oh, sorry. Dennis, thanks a lot, man. Yes, sir. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by, everyone. We had an amazing stream. I only invited one physicist. Thanks again, Lisa and everyone. Sugar Bee. I hope I didn't miss anyone, but I always do. Thanks, Alpha Kush, for being here, man. Whenever we see something that goes against the physics, we have been taught well that tells you we have been taught wrong. Wise man. You're right about that, man. Yeah, you know it. Very true. Super Dave coming back up. So sorry about that, man. 1.6 likes so far. Are you serious? Radar, thanks for being here, eh? Comments and everything. Our reality was destroyed when CERN cranked up. That scares me, Kai. Lots of people told me that. Oh, we died back in, when they cranked it up. The matrix changed. Everything around us changed. I see it. I agree. It sounds crazier than hell, but we shift to next reality and collect Mandela effect. Exactly. The Mandela effect, which we can use that as a term, is the back time for changing into the next dimension. We will lose or gain time and we will change. If Earth is traveling through some type of different frequency in space, that's scary. Something could be happening to us. We could be transforming into robots. But who knows? I am going to have to get off. I had an amazing time. Danny, how's it going? I missed a lot of people. Please come back to the next stream. Danny, thanks, man. Please all come back to the next stream. Thank you very much, Gate Smasher. Yeah, that's like my life. That's like my weight, Lisa. I'm still fasting, y'all. So what? Is something great happening? Watch from when I'm done. There probably won't be that many views. It'd be too fun. Be nice to see that we got some views. Maybe it was unlocked. Maybe something happened. 2.1, God is watching. Thank you. That China sun is not a sun. It's a rocket that was launched. Those are the things I like hearing, Joe, because honestly, we'll never know. And I ain't going to say you're nuts. It's obviously, like I said, there are frontal organizations where they hide things, they hide, diversions, right? We're talking about diversions. So hell of an algorithm here. Robin, Bruce, do you think the statements from Congress are the start of disclosure? Honestly, yeah, I think they are going to disclose. Yes, they're going to lie about as much as they can, probably even most. But on the inside, David Grush caused other whistleblowers to come forward. And this has never happened in the past because they're getting threatened. We're finding out all the military pilots and jets, big or small, high status, high stature or not, are getting threatened to have their jobs taken away, obviously. So when somebody sees something, it goes to an officer or a case officer that we'll talk about, a problem and whatnot, keep it hush hush, and they close the book. The guy starts causing problem, that guy will fire that guy. It's done. They're going to hide and protect themselves. Men in Black, okay, that ideal has always been around, right? It's people interacting with abductees. There's probably hundreds, if not thousands, of agents working on that, asking them questions, spying on them, surveilling them. Anyways, it's getting pretty crazy. I have to thank you all for the incredible views. For those that did take the time to give me a thumbs up. And by the way, when you look at the views on the stream, there's over 2,000 views on the stream right now. I just looked. When I close it, like I'm going to do now, watch how long it takes you to see the 2,000 views. By tomorrow morning, the views will start trickling in. Why? It's always what happens. I love you very much, each and every one of you. Thank you so much to the mods and everyone for stopping by and for making this channel what it is. Thanks for your love and support. Gate Smasher, Julie, everyone. Thanks for being here, you guys. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye-bye for now. See you tonight.